What's up, guys? D-Rock1992 here. For this next video and for my next About Actor video, I'm going to talk about a guy who I recently saw star in the movie The Interview. You guys have heard my opinions about The Interview. I think it's one of the best comedy movies of the year, if not the best. One of the best I've seen. It's just a really good movie. Now, I've already talked about Seth Rogen, so I won't be talking about him. The guy I am going to be talking about is the star of The Interview, the main guy, James Franco. James Franco has had an extremely versatile career. There's no doubt about it. He's also one of the busiest actors in Hollywood. His upcoming filmography, upcoming movies, which I will talk about, there's a lot of them. I mean, this guy is busy. He's an actor. He's a director. He's a producer, screenwriter, painter. He's even a painter. The guy can do everything. And I feel like he really showed something in The Interview. I think he mostly is the goofy type of guy behind Seth Rogen, who's in the collaborations that Franco and Rogen both have. Rogen's more of a straight man, and Franco's more of the idiot character. But I mean, I feel like maybe it's just me, but I almost feel like that Franco plays second fiddle in a way to Rogen. Rogen's a big star. Franco, he's had great hits. He's had some good movies, and he's had good hits, for sure. But maybe The Interview starts some talk about maybe Franco has stepped out of the shadow a little bit of Seth Rogen. Maybe, but we'll have to see. But without further ado, I'm going to get right into it with his film career. I'm going to jump around a little bit. His film debut came in 1998 with a television film called 1973. His first theatrical release movie came out a year later in 1999 with the Drew Barrymore movie Never Been Kissed. And he went through a couple of years, trying to find his way around Hollywood. And from 1999 to 2000, he appeared on the TV show Freaks and Geeks as one of the main characters. He appeared in that along with Seth Rogen, their first collaboration ever. And this is where you kind of started seeing, maybe people started seeing, hey, these two could work together in the future. They could really be a great collaborative pair in the future. In 2001, he started getting a little bit of notice because he starred in the TV film James Dean, which is about the famous actor James Dean, who only starred in 3 movies in his career before dying at age 24 from a car accident. But what's kind of cool about that is Franco and Dean, you look at them to get, you look at pictures of them to, you look at a picture of Franco and you look at a picture of Dean, they look exactly like each other. I mean, the movie got him nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for an outstanding lead actor in miniseries or movie. He got a Golden Globe Award. He won awards for the role. And honestly, you couldn't get a more perfect guy to play him. There's actually going to be a film coming out next year, I think. Dane DeHaan is going to be James Dean. Kind of surprised that James Franco wasn't selected for that part, but he already played James Dean. He was younger when he played James Dean. He's older now, so it wouldn't be as magnificent probably as it was in 2001. But another movie where he got his notice, a big notice, was 2002 Spider-Man. He was in the original Spider-Man trilogy. 2002 Spider-Man, 2004 Spider-Man 2, and 2007 Spider-Man 3. And he plays Harry Osborn, a supporting character alongside Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. He is the best friend of Peter Parker, and he eventually becomes the second Green Goblin. I think it happens in Spider-Man 3. But he's a complicated guy. James Franco's portrayal of Harry Osborn is like, the guy's a complicated man. His father was the Green Goblin. He becomes the Green Goblin. And so it definitely, it's interesting, for sure. But that's really where he kind of got noticed. 2005, he makes his directorial debut in a movie called The Ape. Just mention that I've never heard of the movie itself, but it's where he directed the movie. From there, he starred in a few other movies. Not really spectacular type roles. He appeared in a cameo in Knocked Up as himself in 2007. But what I think is his breakout film, the one that made him a big star, was 2008's Pineapple Express, a movie he did with Seth Rogen. He's the drug dealer of Seth Rogen's character. They get into trouble with drug lords, and they have to flee. I've never seen the movie. It's high on my list. I definitely want to see it. But it looks like a good movie, and it was a successful movie, too. I think it made quite a bit of money at the box office. He starred in the movie Milk in 2008. I never heard of it before, but I do know now that it was one of Sean Penn's 2 Academy Award nominations, or 2 Academy Award wins for Best Actor. He got a lot of nominations for awards for this role. Nominated for, Broadcast Film Critics Association Award for Best Supporting Actor, and many other awards as well. He had a small role in 2010's Date Night, the comedy movie with Steve Carell and Tina Fey, which I have reviewed on this channel. And he has a pretty funny type, I consider it a cameo, because he only appears in one scene alongside Mila Kunis. It definitely is good. He appears in the movie Eat, Pray, Love in 2010, which is a sex book, I think it is. I think it's based on it's a memoir, rather. But, he has a supporting role in the movie. Let's see here. He stars in 2010, he stars in the movie 127 Hours, which is a movie I'd never heard of before. But it's interesting because he did get nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor in the film. And it's about, he's a climber or something like that. An outdoorsman. And it's, he got nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actor for the performance. And it got him a lot of critical acclaim, that movie. He appears in The Green Hornet in 2011. It's an uncredited role, the Seth Rogen movie. Also in 2011, he appears in the comedy movie Your Highness, which stars Danny McBride. Also in 2011, he appears in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which is the precursor movie to the Planet of the Apes movie that came out this year. He was the main guy in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, main human character. He appears in Oz the Great and Powerful in 2013, which is which is an animated film, I believe. This Is the End, also in that same year as himself. I had talked about this movie before with Seth Rogen. Lovelace in 2013 as Hugh Hefner. That's actually not a bad role to play at all. It's a lucky role to play. Hugh Hefner, of course, the man behind Playboy and the Playboy Mansion and all that type of thing. He appeared in Homefront in 2013, which I saw last year and I thought was very good. It was him and Jason Statham as the main characters in the movie, and it was a good movie, definitely. I would recommend Homefront. This year in 2014, he appears in a cameo appearance in Veronica Mars, the Kristen Bell movie and based off the TV show, and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in a cameo. And then he appears in his best role ever, his best role that I've seen him in. I haven't seen him in a ton, but he's so funny in The Interview. I mean, as I said before, this movie has a lot of controversy surrounding it, but he did a great job in the movie. He was the star of the movie, for sure. And then, the movies coming up, he has got a ton of stuff coming up. He has a ton of things coming up in 2015. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 different projects coming out in 2015. Slated to come out in 2015. Nothing, I mean, and something coming out in 2016 with the animated film Sausage Party, which I had talked about before with Seth Rogen. But man, he's got a lot coming out. I'm not going to talk about every single thing, but well, you know, he's just going to have one of the busiest years of all time in 2015. I'm not going to talk about it. I mean, talk about the appearances because there's a lot of them. But yeah, there's a lot coming out for James Franco. Nothing really interesting to me, but he's going to be a busy guy. So that's it for the film. Now the television. After Freaks and Geeks, he moves on to the soap opera General Hospital. He appears on it as Franco from 2009 to 2012. And it's definitely, he kind of moves away from the prime time of film, and he goes into daytime with that soap opera General Hospital. And it's a success. I mean, I think his character was a big character on the show. He was a painter on the show, which, as I said before, Franco is a painter as well. And then he appeared on a spin-off or something like that, General Hospital Night Shift, from 2007 to 2008. In 2008, he's hosted Saturday Night Live 3 times, 2008, 2009, and just this year. I thought his performance this year was pretty good. Was a solid enough performance. He hosted, well, I mean, he appeared in the 81st Academy Awards as his character in Pineapple Express, I believe. And then he hosted the 83rd Academy Awards in 2011, which got a lot of criticism. He received a lot of criticism for hosting it with Anne Hathaway. He was a co-host with Hathaway. That received a lot of criticism for the hosting. I guess it appeared that Franco appeared there stoned or something like that. I don't really know. But 2010, he appears on an episode of 30 Rock as himself. The popular show, The Mindy Project, he appeared in 2 episodes in 2013. And then he appears in his own roast. He's the roastee in the Comedy Central roast of James Franco. And there's a lot of roasters that are present. Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, Bill Hader, Andy Samberg, Sarah Silverman. There's a lot of big-time names that go in and they roast James Franco. And they picked on the Academy Award appearance, especially his hosting appearance. And, I mean, something you can make fun of, definitely. He seemed to be on board with it, you know. It's like, yeah, I did a bad job, but I can make fun of myself. It's important for actors to make fun of themselves, I think, because there's a lot of hurt feelings in Hollywood. There's no doubt about it. Hollywood is a cutthroat business. And definitely, he took it in stride. I commend him for that. He took it in stride. He didn't let it affect him at all or anything like that. One thing that is significant here, the book of Mice and Men, which was adapted into a movie, is going to be a stage play. Was a stage play in 2014, and James Franco plays one of the leads on stage. His first stage appearance. So that's interesting. Something, again, he can try on. He can try on for size, you know. The guy can do everything. No doubt about it. And he's proven he can do that throughout his career. And that's it for the video on James Franco. D-Rock 1992 out.